Hello everybody, it's Faith Talks. I can't believe that 1 week ago at this time I was sitting in Hawaii and now it's raining and cold and dreary outside in Granbury, Texas. So yeah. A few years ago, it's been, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago. I have no clue when, but it was several years ago. My sister and my dad and my mom and I were all on the plane. And in my family, I'm the one that gets everybody talking, like deep thinking, and like I'll just randomly say, tell the person next to you 3 things you love about them. I'm that kind of person in the family, and so it makes them have to talk and makes them have to go deep and think about things. So one day we're all on the plane together, and I said, what is the one, when you think of me, what is the word that comes to mind? And then I said, be nice. But my mom said strong. My dad said resilient. And I know what that word means, but when I got home, I looked it up just to be really, really sure. What does resilient mean? It means able to withstand or recover quickly from difficult conditions. And I was like, yep, that's me. I have been able to withstand or recover from difficult conditions in my life. And then this trip we were all on, we were talking about how it seems like preachers' kids are targeted, and there seems to be like one in every family. I was that one, and the enemy tries so hard to attack preachers' kids' families because he thinks if he can, bring down the family, he can bring down the ministry. And I always felt like there was this target on my back, like all my life since I was a little bitty girl. I felt that, I felt like the enemy was just hounding me every single day of my life. And for most of my life, I took it, and I thought, okay, it was just one thing after another in my life till I finally realized what it was. It was the enemy after me, the devil, to steal, kill, and destroy my life. And I had to get strong in my faith and say no more. Put my foot down and say no more. I'm not taking this anymore. I'm not living like this. And that's where that resilient attitude came. And that's what I want to talk to you about today, is being resilient. There's a scripture, at Micah 7:8. It says, when I fall, I shall arise. Well, the Message says, I'm down, but I'm not out. I'm down, but I'm not out. And that is my story of my life, is that I've been down in my life, but I'm not out. My boys, when they were little, they used to have this toy. It was about my height, and it was plastic, and it had water or sand down in the bottom. And you would punch it, and it would come back up. You'd punch it, and it'd come right back up. Well, that's me, and that's what you and I have to be, is resilient. That every time the enemy comes, every time he tries to bring something our way to get us, to knock us down, then we have to get back up. Get back up just as quick as it happens. Get back up in your faith, because he wants you discouraged. He wants you mad at God. He wants you to get off your faith, but we have to develop a resilient attitude in our hearts and our minds, that no matter what, I'm not going to be knocked down. I may be knocked down, but I'm not going to be knocked out. I want to tell you about this lady that I met. So we went out to Pearl Harbor last week, and my husband was in the military. He served in the Army, and that was a bucket list thing for him to get to go out to Pearl Harbor. I hadn't been for probably 10 years or so. And so we were on, we go out to the U.S. Arizona. We're looking at it. It's just a somber feeling out there. It was just beautiful. There happened to be a soldier on our ferry, and he stood in front of the wall that's got all the names of the people that were parish there on the Arizona. And he saluted it. It was just such a beautiful moment to be there. Anyways, so we're getting back on the ferry to go back to the land, and there's this woman waiting in line, and she's in a wheelchair. And I walk right up to her, I'm next in line. And she goes, "Hi, where are you from?" And I said, "I'm from Texas." And so she's just very friendly, and we just start talking, and she's looking at me, and she goes, "I used to look like you." And I said, "Oh," and she said, "I was in a motorcycle accident just last year." And she began to tell us about it. I mean, she was like, she showed us pictures. I mean, she was doing tricks on these bikes. She was standing on the seat and a leg up. She was like a trick rider. She was really good at what she did. She said, "If you want to ask me what happened, I would tell you that I got distracted." She goes, "I was in a place, I went out on a ride by myself, and I was in a place I wasn't familiar with, so I've had my phone up. They have the phone here with the GPS, and I was kind of trying to see where I was going, and her wheel got off on the edge of the road, and it flipped her and broke her back." And she's sitting there talking to me, and she's paralyzed from here down. And she came to Hawaii from Washington. And I'm looking at her. This just happened last year. I believe she said she was 51. I never got her name. And I'm looking at this woman, and she said, I'm just like, wow. I mean, the effort it takes to get on a plane and fly to Hawaii and go on a ferry and go out to the memorial, and she said just to go to the restroom, takes her 30 minutes. And I mean, someone has to help her do everything. And I'm like, Jerry, like, who am I to ever complain about anything in my life, watching this woman and her resilience? And the first thing she said, I said, "Wow, you're amazing." She said, "Well, it's the peace of God that transcends all understanding that's helped me." That's what she said. And I could tell she was a believer. And so we get on the ferry to go back, and I'm walking off. And as I walk by her, I just leaned down to her and I just said, "You are such an inspiration." And I've just thought about her. That was last week. I think it was a week ago today. And I've thought about her almost every day. Just like, what an example of being resilient. What an example. Yet you and I can get hung up on, we prayed and something didn't happen by the end of the week. And so therefore we're upset. Or, something didn't go our way, and we give up and quit. Well, this woman did not quit. In fact, she told me she already got a new motorcycle and has got all the controls where she can do everything here. She's already back riding a motorcycle and resilient. I mean, the definition of resilient. So I thought, today I just wanted to share that story that, we can look at our lives and start to grumble and complain, and yet we're so blessed. We're so blessed. And I look at that woman and I think she has gone through so much in this past year, yet she still got on a plane. She still did all the things she had to do to get there. Resilient. So today I'm just telling you, if you're in a place right now where you're just kind of, I don't know, ho-hum, you're just kind of frustrated, you're like stuck feeling, well, get your resilience back up. Be like that punch thing I said, pop back up. But I say this all the time because it's the only thing I know that works to get me out of that place when I'm in that place, is to get in the Word. You got to get in the Word. I'll say it 1,000 times. I'll say it the rest of my life. You have to get in the Word. Hopefully just listening to this right now is going to build your faith that you know that you got to get back in the Word, get back in faith. Because when you fall, you shall arise. When you get down, you're not out. Remember that. When I'm down, I'm not out. That's the righteous. That's us. That's followers of Jesus. We don't stay knocked down. We don't stay defeated. We get back up. So you build resiliency in your life when you get in the Word. You stay close to the Father. You talk to Him about anything and everything. That's what, I told you 2 weeks ago, I think, we had some financial things come up that were out of the blue, unexpected, just wham. And I kind of wanted to, nope, I came back up. I started speaking the Word against that situation, against the financial thing that came up in my life. Resilient. It means able to withstand or recover quickly from difficult conditions. So determine that today, that you're going to be resilient. You're going to be steadfast. You're going to make yourself, by faith, get back up right now, no matter what you're going through, because you're resilient. There's a quote by Martin Luther King Jr. He says, "If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, keep moving forward." And that's where you and I need to be, is that if you can't do something, then you, by faith, do what you can do. You got that? Okay, let me read a scripture to you. Proverbs 24:16. It says, "For the lovers of God, or the righteous," that's me and you, "may suffer adversity and stumble 7 times, but they will continue to rise over and over again." That's a resilient spirit. So you have to determine right now, as you're watching this, if you're struggling with something or going through something, that you're going to get back up. It says you may suffer adversity. You may stumble 7 times, but you, the righteous, will continue to get up over and over. The Message says no matter how many times you trip them, God-loyal people don't stay down long. Soon they are up on their feet. No matter how many times the enemy tries to trip you. And that's what I said at the beginning of this, is that I felt like in my life, the enemy was tripping me all the time. But I have developed in my life a resilient attitude that nothing is going to keep me down. There's not a difficult situation in my life that's going to keep me down. I used to stay down, and I'd wallow around in misery and pity and woe is me and why does this always happen to me? And I don't live like that anymore. Things still come, adversities still come, but I'm going to get right back up. So determine that today in your life, that whatever you're in right now, that you're going to get back up. Get back up by faith. The Message says no matter how many times you trip them up, God-loyal people don't stay down long. Soon they're up on their feet again. Let that be your story today, the rest of your life, that no matter what comes your way, no matter what adversity comes your way, is not going to trip you up. It may knock you down, but you're going to get right back. Think of that little toy my boys had. You punch it and it comes back up. You punch it and it comes back up. That's me and you. We're resilient. All right, guys? Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you again next Friday. Bye.